Hello everybody, Happy New Year. This is Dragonzilla 1991 here, and for today/tonight, depending on what time it is when you are watching this video, I'm going to be talking about one of the new figures that I got for this Christmas just gone. And the subject for the first review of 2025 will be the Safari Ltd Uintatherium. Now, when Safari announced this particular model all the way back in late 2017, I originally didn't like it, especially after getting the collector figure and being spoiled by it. So the Safari version kinda looked more like a calf when compared to the collector model. You'll see what I mean later. And I would focus on other figures and forget about this one. However, I would soon eventually find out that it, as well as the Woolly Rhino and Deodon, were going to be discontinued for the following year by Safari. I heard this news from B3 Productions, and if you're a kaiju enthusiast like me, then you may recognise him from the series Godzilla and Gigan, which I believe was a precursor to Monster Island Buddies. So I ordered him and the other two, and received them for Christmas. Now that I own what possibly may be one of the last of his kind, what do I think of it? Well, let's now take a look. Firstly, the paint job. Well, he's a mixture of light grey and tan beige, which would be suitable for a Dinoceraton like Uintatherium. On camera, he does appear to have a tiny bit of green mixed in there, but he is mostly grey. It's just the lighting in the camera in some of those pictures. And the pose is nothing too special, as it shows the animal calmly taking a stroll, and I suspect that Uintatherium would be a quiet mammal that would never charge unless threatened by a predator or a rival. You'll have the fan-like tusks or canines. I don't really remember what they were called, to be truthful with you, but I know that, like with Smilodon, it's most likely that they would have been on show. However, he wouldn't be Uintatherium without the horned bump-like structures on his face, and this is why many folks, myself included, said that the figure looked more like a calf in the promo image, because they were too short/small, and kind of unnoticeable. But thankfully in person, they stick out, well, at least in some angles. It's like that with some models. The promo design appears to be weak, but the actual product itself is far more superior, or sometimes it can actually be vice versa. Now, when I re-reviewed the Collector Mini Prehistoric Animals tube and talked about Uintatherium, I said that the animal doesn't get a lot of attention in media, despite being a recognisable Cenozoic giant, and probably one of the first prehistoric mammals that you'll hear of, aside from the woolly mammoths and saber-toothed cats. However, I didn't mention that Uintatherium has had more look in video games, and while doing some research on the creature, I discovered that it made a cameo in the 1955 movie Journey to the Beginning of Time. So yeah, as you can tell, when it comes to media appearances, Uintatherium doesn't have that much luck. But hopefully, if the new series of Walking with Dinosaurs does well, and we get a reimagining of Walking with Beasts, then hopefully Uintatherium will take the spotlight, or at least make a cameo. And now for size comparisons. So here is the Safari Uintatherium with the Collector Uintatherium, which is, as you can see, much bigger, and they do look great with each other, and could be separate members of the genus. I also did a review on the Collector Uintatherium at the time it was released, and the link to that video will be in the description below if you wish to check it out. Here he is with the two other Rhino lookalikes, those being the Safari Ltd Megacerops and Collector Uintatherium. I call these lookalikes because, despite the appearances, one was related to the horse and the other the elephant. So neither one was the distant ancestor of the rhinoceros. And basically, the Eocene epoch is what I would call the era of rhino lookalikes. And here he is with two woolly rhino figures from Wild Republic and Safari Ltd that are both recent newcomers to the collection. So what are my final thoughts on the Safari Ltd Uintatherium? Since its unveil, I wasn't too enthusiastic on the model, but I had to order it, especially since it's going to be retired. And I'm really glad that I did purchase this lovely figure, because it's an absolutely great model. And definitely one of Safari's best in my opinion. Just goes to show that you must never judge a book by its front cover. Also, I forgot to mention that this figure does actually remind me of an illustration of the animal that I did see out of the Ladybird dinosaur book that I did read a long time ago. Links in the description below if you wish to listen to my narration on that children's book. This is Dragonzilla 1991 signing out. Take care, thank you all very much for watching, and again, Happy New Year, see you all next time, bye for now.